What's up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of the Multiverse Report. Tonight, we are not recapping anything except our favorite lightsaber fights from Tatooine to Hoth to Mandalore to Jakku or Exegol or other planets and everywhere in between. My name is Mike Gibson. With me as always is Steve Haller. What's up, Steve?
Well, we got some friends in the house. It's
That's
not
right.
just me this time.
It's not. Please welcome back to the show for our fourth annual Star Wars May the 4th ranking episode. Matt Biesiada, friend of the show, longtime Star Wars ranker.
Yes. Hi, guys. This is...
Not Star Wars rancor, Star Wars ranker.
Yes. Very important distinction there. This is always so much fun. And I think we all put pride in these rankings.
Yeah, we sure do.
And take it very seriously.
I was going to say, arguably more than we should.
Yeah.
However,
Way more than we should.
It's great to be here, and I really look forward to this.
Awesome. Me too. Also, please welcome back to the show for your second appearance on the Multiverse Report.
Yeah, second time.
Second time, but first time in a May the 4th ranking episode. My oldest friend in my life, Mr. Adam Carkey.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here and talk about this topic that I love so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lightsaber fights.
cool.
We are doing it.
So I guess let's lay out some ground rules here.
Well, hold on, no. First, before we get into anything, there's a very important thing that I have to say is that Steve and I have a new podcast that came out today on May the 4th. It's a podcast that we've been talking about on the Multiverse Report for weeks now. It's called Haven't Seen Star Wars, and it's where Steve and I watch all the live-action Star Wars films with two women who have never seen them before. It's an immense amount of fun.
It's amazing.
It's been incredible. It's so much fun. It has made both of us love Star Wars even more than we ever did. And the first episode is out today. And the first episode is just us checking in with our co-host Alex and Amber about what they currently know about Star Wars. It's recorded before they had seen anything.
It's basically a level set, just like, what do you think Star Wars is about?
Yes.
And it's, to put it bluntly, it's hilarious what they come up with.
Yes. Yeah. It lays some groundwork. Listen to that. So subscribe right now. It should be everywhere where you get your podcasts. Episode 1 is out right now. Next week will be the first film wrap-up of Episode 4, A New Hope. And based on the first episode, you might be surprised at their feelings on A New Hope, and then doing the original trilogy, prequel. We're doing them all, folks. So please check out Haven't Seen Star Wars right now, today, wherever you get your podcasts.
Mm-hmm. And while you're doing that, since you're going to be liking and subscribing and whatnot to that, you might as well do that to the Multiverse Report as well.
Please do.
You're already listening to it. We've got a Death Star pizza in front of us.
Yeah.
So, you know it's May the 4th.
It's looking more like Death Star 2 right now.
Yeah, this is like mid explosion.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Doing our best.
So.
Okay.
This is the part where Rey climbed up.
Yeah. So, okay. Lightsaber fights. You were saying something about ground rules, Steve.
Oh, I guess first ground rule, because it's the last piece of information we always share. This podcast, as always, is brought to you by Funky Town Comics and Vinyl.
Very true.
Camillus, New York, for all your comics and vinyl needs, and also toys and whatnot. They actually have a killer bin in the back right now with like $5 Star Wars toys in it.
Yeah.
There's like a Bib Fortuna that I was looking at the other day. I'm like, I don't need a Bib Fortuna, but I kind of need a Bib Fortuna.
It's very difficult for me to go into the new Camillus location and not leave with a Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're all just $3 or $5 in a giant like bin.
Matt's looking at me right now like, why am I not over there right now?
I got an unopened set of Force Awakens pint glasses for $5 from that bin.
Wow.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe that I'm buying these, and it's the
You
best.
mean the place
It's
is
great.
almost in walking distance to my...
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Dewanawanga.
Yeah.
I just went over and checked out the new location and was shocked at the amount of Star Wars toys they have over there. The twins got some good stuff.
Nice.
You should see the back.
No,
there's
yeah.
there's even more.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
even-
I'm sure.
So yeah, check them out.
Yeah. Please check them out. As far, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna ask if it was like the back room at Video King, but that's it.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Never saw the back room of Video King.
no, either did I.
Okay. Missed that place though.
Yeah,
Oh, video store jokes.
Um,
There's a generation that will never get those.
Nope. It's special for us.
Yep.
Us elder millennials, the last wave. Anyway, lightsaber fights.
Yep.
So we have prepared our top 3. We
Sure.
figured usually
Three's
we
a
do,
good number.
Well, yeah. Usually we do 5. Sometimes we do 10. But we figured we're adding a 4th person this time. So we don't want this to be 3. I mean, we would love for this to be 3 hours long. But we don't necessarily have the time to record for 3 hours, and who knows if anyone's going to listen to 3 hours of lightsaber talk. So we're going to do our top 3, and then we're going to talk about honorable mentions.
Yep.
Other ones, because I have my own personalized top 10 list of lightsaber fights for myself.
Including some that I know you guys haven't seen, which...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I think the first year we were pushing 4 hours.
Yeah.
The movie.
The movie discussion took too long. But like, how you can't leave one out.
No.
You're not. If we're doing the movies, you're doing all of them.
Right.
That's it.
So as always, the baseline is if something basically we'll go round table around for somebody's ranking. If somebody else has that or what is mentioned ranked higher, we will talk about it at the point that it's at its highest ranking.
Yes.
So if Matt says, Luke versus Vader, Empire Strikes Back as his 3rd, and Mike's got it as number 1, we're going to talk about it when Mike has it rather than...
Yes.
So...
If it is one of your honorable mentions, then we can still talk about it
Yes.
during the main conversation, for sure. Before we jump in, I usually like to ask this question because it's something that I think about too much. Were there any qualifiers or parameters that you guys put on making your list? What factors did you consider, if any, when making your top 3 lightsaber battles?
Well, unlike you guys, I'm someone who comes to Star Wars from the prequels.
Sure.
So I take into consideration a faster lightsaber duel. I like the use of light and dark, the way they can do shadow more than they did in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing I took more into consideration when ranking, whereas the nostalgia points don't really count with me as much.
Okay. Cool.
I went a little different way. I was more about the lead up to the battle, where the battle took place, the what contained in the battle and the story they were trying to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that to me, all encompasses and the outcome and what effect that had.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. The stakes.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear you talk about the score that's happening while the battles are yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're gonna know all the sound cues too, which is
It's
great.
in my notes.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. I'm kind of similar where I feel like lightsaber of the things that we've ranked, we've done films, we did some Force users the second year, and we did the series. This is the first thing that for me is has a lot to do with the project that it is a part of. If I don't love the movie in general, then I'm probably not going to care too much about the lightsaber fight. Because, to me, it's you're building up, you're telling this story that at some point is going to break out into a battle between these two characters. And if I don't feel the weight of that story, kind of like we were saying, if I don't feel the lead up to it, the build up to it, the tension between the two characters or whatever, or then it doesn't really hit as much for me. I'm looking at things like choreography, but also there is a good amount of nostalgia for me for the original trilogy, stuff like that. So I can't say that's not a factor.
Sure.
Because there's some things that are just gonna be in my heart forever. I feel like there's almost more factors to this because you are looking at choreography, you are looking at how you feel about the overall project, you are thinking about the characters involved, the stakes involved, the outcome. There's a lot of things that can be brought together to determine what is a better fight in your opinion. But the other thing is It's also hard to argue any of anybody's top lightsaber. It's also just like what you like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard to
absolutely.
say like, no, that one's not as good.
Right.
You know, you can't point to like filmmaking technique and stuff like to argue
Sure.
like, no, that movie is worse. You know,
Yeah.
like it isn't cohesive. You know, you can't make points like that when you're talking about just like, I like these swinging glowing sticks versus these swinging glowing sticks.
Right.
you know?
Whereas like force user, you can say, well, Darth Sidious was a stronger force user than Sabine.
Canonically more
Yeah,
powerful. Yeah, exactly. You can point to
Yeah.
quote unquote factual things. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no way I'm going to go through a list and be like, well, he's not being, actually true to the form of a pod or whatever like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
He's supposed to be the
Exactly.
fighting style. Like, I'm just not going
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
And we did
Also, Matt, tuck into your microphone, not away from it.
Yes.
and we did also make it clear that like we're counting as far as a lightsaber battle, we're saying like if there is a character fighting somebody else with a lightsaber, that counts. Like it doesn't have to be like a duel between two Jedi versus
Right.
Sith or whatever. Like if
So-
you really love Finn fighting that one stormtrooper in Force Awakens, that
Right.
counts.
You're right. Ahsoka versus Morgan Elspeth.
Exactly.
Sure,
Yes,
counts.
that counts. Yes, great example.
Yep.
Traitor.
It's because I have a list of all of the lightsaber duels I could think of.
Yeah.
On the top, off the top of my head, and I came up with 48.
But-
So
But
Wow.
Rey
Just
versus
that
a
you
TIE
would-
fighter.
Ray versus TIE Fighter does not count.
Right.
Because the TIE Fighter isn't necessarily battling her.
Yeah.
It's not a duel.
That is a very
necessarily.
cool looking scene. But
Oh,
It's
killer
my
scene,
favorite
but-
scene in that
I
the
think it's
whole
the best
movie.
scene in the
It's the
movie,
best scene
yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
It's the only scene where the movie slows down
Yeah.
for to just like show a cool thing. It's the first and maybe only visual storytelling in that entire movie.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
that's
it's
what they
great,
led
but it's
with.
not a battle.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not a battle.
That's
Yeah,
what they led with on the trailer too.
Yeah.
Is that
wisely. Yeah.
that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like you made the joke in the chat. If you want to go Ray versus that big stone in Last
Sure.
Jedi, sure, that counts.
Sure.
Actually, maybe it doesn't because the stone's not really fighting back. Right?
No, but maybe one of those frog people. The stone
The caretakers,
comes and,
yeah, maybe. Steve, did you have any factors that you were considering?
Nothing that you guys haven't covered. I mean, the emotion had a lot of it. The storytelling really, from what I came up with, and you'll see when I get there, but like that had a huge, almost more of a factor than the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it was where things fall in arcs is really where I ended up.
Yeah.
So
Agreed. All right, cool.
let's put it this way. My top 3 only has one live action,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's not the one you think.
All right. Okay.
Can I say real quickly? I was talking to a guy at work today about this. Hi, Charles. He said he'd listen. And I said, Steve is going to be. Well, I predicted Steve's 3 anyway, but that was my prediction. Was animation was going to be.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I guess
Well, let's get to it.
should we
dive
fire it
in?
off? Yeah, let's go clockwise. So
Sounds good.
Biesiada, number
My-
3.
Kick it off, Matt. Your number 3 lightsaber battle.
My number 3, I think, is a very important battle. It was a surprising battle, full of emotion, and it happened on Starkiller Base. And that was Rey versus Kylo Ren, with an appearance by Finn.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say because this is in my top 10.
Sure.
It's not in my top 3, but I include the Finn thing. as
Yeah.
well. I didn't know if you were like cutting it off there.
No, yeah, I think that's important just to see. He's important to that scene. Well, I don't want to
For sure.
Jump ahead of
Oh
ourselves.
yeah, sorry. Is that in
Um,
anyone else's top 3? Can we talk
It
about
is not
No,
my top
similar.
Okay.
No, actually, it's it'd be like 11 or 12 for me, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is my number. Where is it? Ray and Finn versus Kylo Ren. Starkiller Base is number 9 for me.
Number
Yeah.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
So I guess I'll just talk about it a little bit. I had this at number 3. The build up to that battle, I'll call it a battle. That face off, is incredible. Breaking into the base, finding Phasma, Ren kills Han. The Resistance is attacking the base, and then you get to this outside dark forest.
Not just, sorry to interrupt you, it's not just that Kylo Ren kills him, it's that Rey and Finn also watch Kylo Ren kill him.
Right.
They see it happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, and Chewie.
And
And
but
Chewie.
Chewie's not part of this battle. But also, by the way,
Chewie always gets forgotten, though. I had to make sure he got his
I
his
never
medal.
forget about Chewbacca. Chewbacca is one of the greatest Star Wars characters of all time, but in terms of this battle,
Fair enough.
also, maybe too late to say, we're going to spoil the hell out of all
Sure.
Star
Oh,
Wars
yeah.
projects that we're talking about. So, sorry if you haven't seen Force Awakens yet, but
Yeah.
hopefully Amber and Alex are not listening to this episode. Sure they're not. But yeah, so spoiler alert for literally any possible Star Wars thing.
Sure.
We don't
Yeah.
know what we're talking
Sure.
about yet.
So they're outside in this dark forest, away from the civilization of Starkiller Base. Well, the actual base part of Starkiller Base, and what was cool was it was kind of it gave life to this new way of thinking in Star Wars. You had Finn versus Ren, and Finn did not do well against Ren. And there's this moment where the Skywalker Legacy saber is in the snow, and you see it shake, and it doesn't go to Finn, it goes to Rey. And that I thought that
Because
was
Kylo Ren is reaching for it. Kylo
Yeah.
Ren
Yes.
is trying to get it to come to him. Yeah. it goes
and
past it.
right, I said that wrong.
Yeah.
And it goes to this girl that is the new head of the franchise,
Yeah.
if you will. But
Totally.
And the Burning Homestead Q from A New Hope plays, and it's just a powerful moment. She didn't quite realize what she was doing, but she was able to feel it, and
Yeah, it's all instinct. For her.
it's
Right.
all instinct.
Yeah.
And it's a fun little battle, and there's this one part where Ren is overshadowing her, and they're like locked arms, and she's on the downside,
Defensive.
Yeah.
on the defensive, and not only is she able to break that, but there was this great, where she gives Ren that scar on his
Mhm.
face, and it just in the end of the battle,
Yeah,
and
it's the best.
and Starkiller Base starts splitting apart, and Chewie comes in, and she's rescuing Finn. I make no secret about my love for Force Awakens. I think it is the rebirth of the franchise, and I think that's why I have that at number 3.
Yeah,
it's just magic.
Inarguably the rebirth of the franchise.
Yeah.
That's like literally what that movie was made to do.
Yes.
It can't be argued that it's
Right.
yeah. But no, you're right. I love that battle. I also like part of something that I was taking consideration was like setting and like where fighting
Yeah.
is happening,
Mhm.
and that's the first time we saw a battle in the snow
Yeah.
and in a forest. Even like Luke takes his saber out in Endor when he's chopping the
Sure.
speeder bike off,
yeah.
but like that's not like he's not fighting. It's not a lightsaber duel or whatever.
Right.
Like it's really
Yeah.
cool to see it in a forest and in a snowy forest, and to have like one character lose and then have it be picked up by another character is cool. I think.
Yeah.
And that's sorry, I'm just like keep thinking of
No.
things because, but like that scene is something that really made me love Kylo Ren a lot because like he's playing hurt, like super wounded physically and emotionally. He just killed
He's
his
doing that
father.
thing where,
He's
yeah.
he's using his physical pain to try to like
fire himself
himself
yeah.
up to like fuel himself with like dark
Yeah.
side rage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this guy is messed up.
Yeah.
This guy is in so much literal and figurative pain. It is crazy.
Yeah.
And like really made me.
Yeah, you're
think
absolutely
that
right.
character
You know,
was
I
great.
never really thought about that, about the pain. He just killed his
He just
father.
killed his dad.
Yeah, and he's
yeah.
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 Awesome.
Awesome.
You want me to go with my next one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a point where you were trying to butt in there,
yeah,
but
I was gonna.
Yeah.
I was gonna point out. I do like the what they did with the lighting in that scene
Yeah.
against the snow in the very dark forest,
yeah.
but also with the
that
color of the sabers. Like it's very cool.
The object source lighting,
Yeah.
like, on their faces and that.
Mhm.
And that's the first
Yeah.
time that they started doing that. Because I think in the prequels and the original trilogy, the glow was put in
After
later.
effects.
Right, yeah.
But like with the sequels is when they start actually lighting up.
Right, yeah.
which
And
is-
it's very
Some people
cool.
complain about it, but I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's
No,
very
I
cool.
think it
Yeah.
looks great. I have issues like with like some of the fighting style stuff in it.
Yep.
I think it's laborious. Like it seems like Rey should be heavy in swinging her saber. She doesn't have any training.
Right.
But like Kylo is like not as skilled as I think he should be in the way it's choreographed. I like the way it all works out
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the end. So like that.
Well,
It's fine.
he's also bleeding
Well, yeah.
partially to death, and also, and I do like because I do.
That's true, but-
there are points in that where like Rey is just like swinging it and like running away.
It's like a
Yeah.
baseball
You know,
bat.
like,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, which I think is cool because she's still doing it, even though she's like, I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm doing.
But
You know,
but
she's
it's an
clearly
elegant
terrified.
weapon from a more civilized age.
it
Yeah.
can be elegant. In that scene though, it's mostly like sledgehammers swinging around.
Yeah.
It's
But, like,
very heavy.
That's how I would fight with a lightsaber. you know what I mean? So,
Right, with
yeah.
no
To your
training.
point,
Yeah.
Ren's lightsaber is unfinished too. It always appeared to me like his lightsaber was unfinished.
Yeah.
You
Well, that
could
was
see-
the
Well, he
the
has a-
idea with the crackling
has a
blade.
crack-
was
yeah,
that
yeah.
the
It-
crystals, yeah.
So neither of them are, and we don't know the time period. Hopefully, we'll know at some point in our lives what the time period is when when Ben Solo became Kylo Ren.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's still a very young,
Yeah.
immature.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what I like about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cross hilt saber is so cool to see.
Yeah.
It's just very cool to see.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Right.
All right.
Hit it, Adam.
My number 3.
Number 3.
All right, my number 3 might I don't know. We'll see. It is Clone Wars Phantom Apprentice. It's Ahsoka versus Maul.
In the Siege of Mandalore.
Yep.
At the end
Yeah.
of Clone Wars.
Yeah. Are we talking about it?
We're talking about it. I don't know.
That's number 7 for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is number Ahsoka versus Mom. No, also number 7 for me, Steve.
There
Look
we
at
go.
us.
All right. The lighting in that throne room is incredible.
Yeah.
I rewatched this
Yeah.
today. And it was
The speed of that battle is insane with their agility just moving all over the place and the double sabers of Ahsoka and the dual-sided blade for
Yeah.
Maul. It's just so cool.
The windows.
The
yeah.
windows
Oh
shattering
my
out, like
God,
all
so
of that
good.
lighting's super cool.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that, and I didn't know this until I did some research on it, that scene was actually motion captured in real life by actors.
No way.
So knowing that they really did it, but it really, when you go back and watch it, which I did, it looks like they're just really people doing it because it is. And Maul has that like overhand multiple thing that happens in it, and it's just it looks so cool.
that was the way they animated that too. Like, I could picture Ray Park. Like, there were
Yes.
some moments in that fight because, like I said, I rewatched it today
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was kind of jostling a couple of spots around, and I was like, that like you see a couple moments where, like you said, that over the top kind of weird shoulder push that he does with that downstrike.
Yeah.
Like, Park did that a couple of times, and they've used, like, Maul's used that multiple times in a bunch of fights, and it's like they actually captured his fighting style in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And the fact that the conversation leading up to it,
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like Maul was not expecting
No.
this person to walk in.
No.
Who was he trying to get there?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Luke or Anakin.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
And he flat out says that,
yeah.
you know, he reveals to Ahsoka why.
Yeah.
He
Why
wanted
he
Anakin
wanted
there.
because he
Yeah.
wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Which is just makes it even cooler.
Yeah.
So and then at the end, spoiler alert, right, when she doesn't actually kill him,
Yeah.
but
Right.
just captures him.
Yeah.
It makes it even better.
Yep.
Even better. So
Yeah.
I like all of that tension and release that happens within that whole scene.
Right. And
Awesome.
then Ahsoka's just left staring out the broken window at where the Mandalorians were.
Yep.
And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, God. It
And
was-
eventually sets him free.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In like the next episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they put him in that they put him in that.
Oh, he's in the Hannibal
He's in
Lecter
the
thing.
Hannibal
Yeah,
Hannibal
yeah.
Lecter thing that
The
I
Mandalorians.
think it was
were-
Bo-Katan. She said Bo-Katan.
I thought your
I
sister
thought your
outlawed
sister
these
outlawed
or whatever.
these.
This is
Yeah.
the
That's
last
right.
one. Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, and it's such a great, like a series capper victory for Ahsoka, which is a
Absolutely.
character that we've watched grow up through that entire series, and she's still like young
Right.
in that moment for sure. She's still a child, but it's just such a great way. Like, and at that point, we didn't know there was going to be like an Ahsoka series. We didn't know if we were going to see that character again ever.
We had no idea
So-
she'd come back in Rebels. We had no idea
Exactly,
that
yeah.
story wasn't over.
Right. So it was just, I don't know. It's for a character that means so much to so many fans. That would have been a great like final victory for her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what you mean, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and the fact that it is concurrent to everything else happening in the galaxy.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Right.
I mean that just compounds it. I mean, it's so important to the story and Order 66 going down and
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Cool. All right. My number 3 is Rey and Kylo Ren versus the Praetorian Guards in Snoke's throne room in The Last Jedi.
Reylo versus the Praetorians was number 5 for me.
Okay. Talking about it?
It's not on my list, but I
Okay.
don't know how it's not on my list. But that is
Yeah. It's so great.
It's an honorable mention for me just because of how that scene starts with the. Well, I mean, it's your thing. You can talk about it. But
No, you already
oh
talked
man,
about it.
oh, it's so cool.
finger movement where he
Yep.
just
It just ignites
kills
the
his true
saber.
enemy.
Moving the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah.
so cool. I
It's
mean,
so cool.
that would have been enough lightsaber there for me. And
Yeah.
then you get this
Yeah,
battle.
I know. I love The Last Jedi. It's one of my favorite Star Wars movies. And the build up to that fight is incredible. The whole time that, after Kylo brings her to the throne room and Snoke is toying with her and she's trying to get the lightsaber and he's hitting her in the head with it. It's so great. Lifting her up, reading her mind, torturing her. Keeps cutting away to other stuff, but every time it comes back, like that, it holds the tension the whole time. Because they're cutting away to other stuff that is also like super tense. Like Finn and Rose almost being executed, by Phasma or whatever. But then, the moment, ignites the lightsaber to kill his true enemy,
Mhm.
comes from the background to the foreground. Rey's hand comes up to catch it, stands up. They look at each other and turn around and start fighting these. And it's incredible. It's incredibly choreographed. It's incredibly directed.
Yes.
And it's incredibly shot. And I love that there are a couple really long takes in it.
Yeah.
Where the camera doesn't cut or the camera just follows Adam Driver around between this guy and then over to this guy. And then
There's a long pan with Rey too, where they follow through like 2 or 3 guards.
When the fight starts, there's a long single shot with the camera not moving, with them in the center, and they're going around. And then cut every time it comes back. And then when the throne room just looks incredible anyway. The giant like red wall and the guards standing around, like it's a great visual. And then Rey deflects something into the red wall and sets it on fire. And so now the room is burning and falling. Now they're like dodging like debris as they're doing it. And some of the guards, some of them have spears, but some of them have other cool weapons.
Yes.
Like that one like nunchuck, the chain thing that she's got to do. It's just so
They do
cool.
that thing,
Yes,
like
and
for
they're
Three
like
Amigos.
both Rey and Kylo Ren have to like they have to think on their feet to like outwit and do different moves to kill these guys. It's just the coolest fucking thing. It's just the coolest.
The throw at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Through
I
the
was just
head.
gonna say
Oh,
there's two
God,
moves:
it's
great.
that
Good
one.
throw, and then Rey drops the saber.
She has to
and
turn
Oh,
it
yeah,
off
that's a
and
good
drop
one,
it.
too.
to turn off and drop it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so cool.
It's great.
It's so cool.
Which that move in that Ahsoka versus Maul fight, she actually pulls that off. There's one point where she
Mhm.
drops her saber, grabs it
Oh, I don't
backhanded, and
remember
she's
that.
got the Shoto, or what would have been in her old sabers, backhanded like her normal stance.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And a little inside info. I around the time of the Blu-ray of Last Jedi, that scene was easily the hardest scene to film
Sure.
in the film.
I can totally understand why.
And I'll send you a video, or you could post it or whatever. It's with Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley, and they're talking about like we've done this a fifth time. They are sweating
Yeah.
their brains out,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's but that music cue from when Snoke is killed
Yep.
to where the saber
Yeah,
floats in
she
the air,
catches
and
it.
she just it's just so
It's the
awesome.
best.
Yeah.
And she lets out this great. It's right before she fights the guy with like the weird electric
Yeah.
chain
Yeah.
Yep.
weapon, because that guy just does like a chonk, like cocks his weird chain weapon
Yeah.
thing, and she just like like screams at him like, yeah, go get that motherfucker.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's great.
It's great.
It's great. All right, Steve, number 3.
All right. So, for my number 3, we are heading to the planet of Tatooine.
Knew it. This is my number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
You?
I don't know that they know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
I know what
he
you're-
knows
I know what
I'm
you're talking
I know
about.
he knows what I'm talking
Wait,
about.
give me a second. Planet Tatooine.
Yep. There's only one person we've seen fight with a lightsaber on Tatooine that was in both fights.
You got to
fought-
remember it's animated.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's animated.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, we're late at night. I'm thinking
So,
Obi-Wan and pig face guy.
That's great.
Obi-Wan
He
and
doesn't
Walrus Man?
like you.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, but she doesn't wield her lightsaber in the great. Anyway.
Don't worry about it. Steve. Hit us.
So, Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Twin
The
sons.
twin sons. Yeah.
Episode of Rebels television
Yep.
show. Yes.
So,
yeah, it's my number 5.
I don't know why that one, probably the shortest fight
Yep,
on any of
easily.
our
Yep.
list.
Only
Yep.
reason it
Like-
wasn't in my top 3.
3
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah, literally just it's weird because it's less about the fight and more about what the fight means.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that closure of both storylines and like bringing Maul to a capstone and how it's done,
Yeah. Yep.
It's just so perfectly animated. They matched that shot for shot move. It was just, I don't know. It
Yeah.
just meant a lot as far as putting
Sure.
one of my favorite characters that before Clone Wars I wouldn't have said was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Having it come full circle.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful scene. I love that, he baits him into it, right,
Yep.
by taking Qui-Gon's stance, and then you see they show the feet move, and it's just so cool.
Well, and
then
the
he catches him in
Qui-Gon
his
and then
arms.
changes to
Changes.
to
No,
his
he
standard.
does his first.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
that's
Then
it.
he does
The
his then he
the
does
new what we see in
old
A New
Obi-Wan.
Hope.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then he moves to
Right.
Qui-Gon's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just it's beautiful. And again, for me, a scene. It's in the middle of the night in the desert. It's super dark,
Yeah.
and you just the lighting in such
So
a
well
dark
done.
scene because he kicks out
He
the
kicks
fire.
out the fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's
I watched that again.
dark,
I watched
dark.
it today. Just
See,
to
Yeah.
that, it's
make
funny
sure.
because
Yeah.
I watched those other ones because I wasn't sure where they'd land. This one I knew was going to be somewhere in the top 3, so I didn't
Sometimes I
get
just
to it.
I just put on this episode just to watch this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
And-
gorgeous.
And
yeah.
the fact that Maul dies in his arms,
Yeah.
it's just it's so
Yeah.
poetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how
What's he say?
Obi-Wan
Is
doesn't
he
even
the
want
chosen
to
one?
fight
Yeah.
with him. Yeah. Yes, it's almost the dialogue at the end of the fight that puts it over the edge for me.
Yep.
Because it is like what you said, it is the end of a character that we love.
Yeah.
We didn't expect to love as much as we do, but we do.
And anyone who's watching this live or when it's posted, you just got to finish one hell of a series with that same
Maul Shadow
character.
Lord, yeah.
With Maul Shadow Lord. so-
Recording this after only maybe half of the episodes of Maul Shadow Lord have
Yeah.
been released, and I said before we started, I'm the only one that's caught up on the first 6 episodes, And if we ever do lightsaber battles again, I'm going to be re-looking at Maul Shadow Lord. Let me tell you, it's a little too recent for me to include them on my top 10 list. But yeah, the final words, because Maul guesses correctly why Obi-Wan is on Tatooine. You're here to protect something. Oh, someone. And then
that whole tension as soon as he soon as that clicks, it's just like,
he clocks
oh
it.
boy.
And then Obi-Wan is cradling him as he's dying, and Maul says, "Is he the chosen one?" Obi-Wan says, "Yes." And he says, "He will avenge us."
Yeah.
And dies. And to me, something that I love about that is an incredible bridge between the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Not only is it, we've seen James Arnold Taylor as Obi-Wan, young Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan, in 7 seasons of the Clone Wars.
Yep.
This is the only time we see him do old Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And he sounds more like Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
We spend 7 seasons trying to sound like Ewan McGregor, and all of a sudden he's sounding like Alec Guinness. I love it.
Yep.
I love that they didn't try to blend it or anything like that. It's like, no.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're seeing old Obi-Wan from A New Hope. We're seeing Darth Maul from Phantom Menace and, Clone Wars and all that stuff. And him even mentioning, not by name, but mentioning Luke Skywalker.
Right.
Is the last thing that he says before he dies.
Well, and because
yes,
because the only that and the the capstone of all that because Obi-Wan Kenobi came out after, that's the only time we ever see Kid Luke, right?
Yes, that's at the end of that episode.
Yeah,
when
until
Obi-Wan is watching from a distance.
Right.
Yeah.
So just all hit right.
You hear Baru say, yeah.
Luke. Yep. So
all right.
Our threes are
Number
threes are done.
And no repeats.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Like
Here we go.
Here we go. Matt, take us to number 2.
Number 2, I had a different spot, and when I originally did this list, I was like, how can I not include this? This is easily one of my favorite battles. It is Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader on an unnamed moon in episode 6 of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This is not in my top 3.
It is not in my top 3.
We don't get to talk about it yet.
Okay.
Then I go to my number 2.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is kind of the same 2 people.
From a certain
point of view. He had the high ground, man. So we're talking about Anakin and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith.
The Battle of the Heroes.
That is an interesting name. I was thinking today that it's called the Battle of Heroes.
Yeah.
Why is it called the Battle of Heroes? One of them is clearly not a hero.
But they, through the whole thing, have been the heroes. So it's them facing it.
But at that point, one has already murdered a bunch of children.
Well,
So anyway, talk about...
So it's Battle of the Heroes with a little asterisk.
Yeah, just put an asterisk. That's all.
And Gunray.
Yeah. So Adam, sorry. Talk about...
That's number 4 for me, so you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about that scene. I think it's super intense. Mm-hmm. It's just filled with energy and rage and anger, and that's I love that. I mean, Vader is one of my absolute favorites, and watching him just get so, I mean, he's filled with hate. I'm like, Obi-Wan I loved you.
Yeah.
And
that's my favorite part of that.
Yeah.
Maybe my favorite part of it.
You were my brother. And that's really the thing, right? Is, they have a master and Padawan relationship, but they really were age-wise more like brothers.
Well, even in Attack of the Clones, Anakin refers to him twice as being a father figure.
Right.
Even. But that's, because Obi-Wan's like a teacher at that point. But then, yes, they are more like brothers in Sith, but also there's layers to their relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
I see it as, well, we can maybe talk about from a certain point of view why I see that when we talk about another fight, maybe.
Okay.
But I love that. I love the rage. I love the way it's choreographed. I love the lava and all that. I can get over, some of the jumping around on the rocks, fine. But it's cool. And then you get to see, because of that, you get to see him transform from a fully flesh and bone person into half machine Vader,
Yeah.
which is so important to realize. Like, he's in pain, and that suit keeps him, alive. Like, he's just physically, and that's why he's so angry at Obi-Wan. Like, just like everybody else, just raging against Obi-Wan.
I have had like nitpicky issues with that fight in the past, but recently I've kind of been able to see it like any kind of like nitpicky. When I say nitpicky, I mean like, why doesn't Vader just do this? Like, or why doesn't, this would be, but I'm able to see it now. Like, he's just so angry.
So
it's
angry.
Like almost like
blinded by
it's
it.
like the least in control he's ever been.
Right.
Really. But he's still like so talented and so good that he can still hold his own. It's not like he's throwing all of his skill out the window. He's still using it, but he's just so blinded by the rage he has in that moment for Obi-Wan that he's not thinking like, oh, what if I just go down this embankment a little bit more and I get up there?
Right.
Right.
Well,
instead of trying to jump over him, like he just does, he's like, he even yells, he's like, you don't know how powerful I've become. He's like so arrogant and so driven by his rage in that moment.
Your
he's like,
new empire.
I can totally jump over this guy. Like, I don't need to go down to, and that like excuses any kind of like nitpick that I would have about that.
Yeah.
His rationale in that fight for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And I may have told you guys this story before, but I read in the mid '90s in a Star Wars encyclopedia that Darth Vader fell in a lava pit.
Yeah.
And for some reason I had always visualized sand, and then over there's a lava pit, and he sort of fell in it. And so,
like a pothole in Syracuse.
Yeah. And then
Obi-Wan ducks down behind him, pushes him.
Yeah. And so when this movie came out, I was like, holy cow, they're doing a whole planet of, I love this scene. Some of the stuff is a little cheesy. The swinging on a rope, to get that one, or they're on different levels, But it is that you're my brother, Anakin. I love you. I mean, it was just.
Yeah, his response after that with that pure "I hate you," just like above and beyond anything. Like he's
I also think it's important.
The man that was your father ceased to exist at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think it's important to just because it happens at the same time, and you're seeing a story there to include. Well, it's not mine, but the Yoda Palpatine battle, which isn't necessarily a great battle, but the fact that it's happening at the same time, and the destruction of the Senate, and it's like, okay, this is how we got to where we are in A New Hope with lawlessness and it's fantastic. And not to mention that he force chokes the reason he turned to the dark side in the first place.
Causes her death.
It's just it's very well done. It's very well done. I'm still angered by one line of that dialogue that just
only one line in dialogue in Star Wars gets you angry.
That's actually pretty good then.
Well, I'll say it. I guess it's from my point of view, the Jedi, and it's like there's so many other ways. No, you are, it's
like he wanted so hard to get in the phrase "point of view," to like twin back to Return of the Jedi or whatever, but like it's just like, yeah, man, you're trying too hard. No one would say that in that moment. Not one person alive would say that phrase in that moment.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely not.
But Anakin Skywalker would, and he did. So
well, there we go.
There we go. Is it me?
My Mike, it's your number 2 now.
It is.
My number 2 is Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader Bespin. Cloud City. Talking about it?
That is number 8 for me.
Wow.
Not on my list.
Wow.
Not on my list.
Wow. Gotta say, I'm pretty shocked that I'm the only one that has this on
Yeah,
their list at all.
it was on there at
This
one
is
point.
wild.
It was
Wow.
on there at one
I thought
point.
if there was
but-
one, then this was going to be the
Yeah.
one that we all had. Wow.
I struggled to find actually a live action one,
Yeah.
and this could have been it.
Wow.
But
I'm rethinking it why it's not on my list because not to steal your thunder, but
Make any list you want, man.
that has everything.
It's got everything.
It
yeah.
has everything. It
Yeah.
has force pushing
Yeah.
and force jump. First time you see force jumping.
Yep. Yeah.
And
And it looks incredible.
this
The-
ambiance of him
the-
Vader just standing there with his lightsaber.
Oh,
The-
too easy.
The set design of that carbonite freezing chamber is unreal.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous.
Mhm.
I could stare at that thing for hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, again, back
The-
to lighting.
Yes.
Like-
Yep.
Yeah.
The
So well
orange
done.
floor and the blue background is just amazing. The shadows, incredible.
If
Yeah.
we're going by nostalgia, this is easily number 1
Yeah.
for me.
Sure.
Well, I mean,
However-
nostalgia certainly plays a part in this, but
Right.
also like, this is like, just like if someone said the word Star Wars to me, I'd
Oh,
probably think of
100%.
this scene.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like, this is it. This is it. It's the first time we see Luke fight Darth Vader. It's what we've been waiting for since, if we're watching these in the first, like the whole buildup of the first one. If there's going to be a second one, we want to see Luke fight Vader.
Right.
We don't know their relationship at this point. We just know Luke's the hero, Darth Vader's the bad guy. We're finally seeing this. Not only that, it's the first like real, the Obi-Wan versus Vader that we get in A New Hope is a classic fight. Is it the most well choreographed? No.
No.
Because it was between
It's
a guy in
impeccable.
a suit.
Like, it's impeccable.
It's between one guy in a suit
No
that could
notes.
barely move and an 80-year-old man. So
Right.
like, even if they had time for choreography, they weren't going to get a whole lot out of that. Do I still love that fight? Yes, because it's the first lightsaber fight I ever saw, and it blew my mind when I was 5.
Mhm.
So shut up, that fight rules. There's too much slander about that fight online.
waving broomsticks at each other.
Anyway, this sets the stage for every subsequent lightsaber fight, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes.
And the stakes are there. It's like, the weight of the galaxy. If Luke beats Vader here, then the rebels are in a winning position against the Empire, clearly. The other stakes that are revealed later that you watch the second time you watch it, and that it's a battle between father and son, just make it even more. The fact that
Yeah.
this fight ends with, no, I am your father, is huge. That's like the moment. That's the Star Wars moment, right?
Yeah.
And it comes at the end of this epic thing. And not only is it a lightsaber battle, it's also like a force battle. You see Vader throwing things with his mind, and you get to
That-
see
I was
like,
gonna
oh
say,
wow, he's
Yep.
Yeah.
really powerful with the force.
And
He
it's-
doesn't even have to use his hands.
We haven't
He's
seen
throwing things at him.
that's the first time we've seen the Force used in that manner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
Mhm.
outside of that, the only big use of the Force we'd seen was lifting the X-wing.
Yes. Yeah.
Like other than
Earlier
that,
in
it
that
was
movie.
like
Well,
yeah.
mind tricks and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Depending on what order you watch the movies in, yes.
Sure.
Fair.
True. Yeah. Empire
The-
is
the right
first-
order.
Empire is the first one where people can move anything with their minds at all.
Yeah.
And the first time you see it is just Luke with the saber, which is a small thing.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, Yoda's this super powerful Jedi. He can lift a ship. Luke can't lift a ship.
Right.
But
Meanwhile,
Vader
you
can
get into the
throw all this
fight, and
other
Vader's
shit.
just
Yeah.
chucking things left and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, oh
And
boy.
it's like, it's cool that it starts in one location and it moves to 2 different locations. Like
Yep.
it's like,
Yep.
Similar to the one at the end of Revenge of the Sith, where they start inside and they move to this platform, then they're on the telephone pole, then they're in the lava or whatever. Like, this is like they start in the carbonite freezing, then there's like a series of tunnels that they go through, then they're in another lower room, and then they're out on the balcony, like the walkway thing, like
Yep.
Where it's very windy.
very windy.
Yeah.
And magically has a safety chute down to nowhere.
Well,
Down to a stick.
Right. You don't have a weather vane hanging from the bottom of your space station?
No,
the aesthetic of that scene, the
I had to get rid of mine because there was too many Jedi hanging. Every morning,
damn it,
I'd
we
have to
got
come
another
up
one.
and get
That's-
a
well, that
broom
was
and
it.
knock the Jedi off.
That was
of
his antenna, so he could reach out with the force.
Ah.
Yeah, that's how.
Mm.
Yeah.
3 things on that scene. The aesthetic of that of the inside of Cloud City. I've always been obsessed with. I think
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Two, Luke gets his ass handed to him.
Yes.
Yeah. In that fight, it loses an arm. Demoralized that your father is the worst man in the galaxy.
Losing your arm in Star Wars isn't really a big deal.
Sure.
It's also just a hand.
It happens
It's
all
just
the
his
time.
hand. It's just his hand.
Yeah.
Ponda Baba lost his arm.
My very favorite scene in Star Wars happens moments after this battle, where Luke is, and I don't know why I'm getting, I do get emotional
because you love Star Wars. I get emotional too.
It's he's hanging on that antenna outside cloud, and he calls out to Leia.
Yeah.
Leia. And then you hear the Force theme, which is so powerful, and she's turn the ship. I mean, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's the first, but not the last time that we see what is a firm characterization of Luke Skywalker, someone who acts impulsively, and sometimes it works out for him, and sometimes it does not work out for him. And this is the time it does not work out for him. Everyone says, Obi-Wan and Yoda, do not do this. You should not do this. He's like, but also that's why you love Luke, because he's like, no, I'm going to save my friends. Are you crazy? Like, I'm not going to not do this. I'm going to save them. But then he gets his ass handed to him, and
that's a reoccurring theme. You see that happen with Anakin, and to an extent, you see that happen with Kylo Ren.
Sure.
That you have to stay focused, and it's just
he's reckless.
Yeah.
Anyway, anyone else have anything to say about it?
I don't know how that's not my number one.
I mean,
well,
it's a
it
classic.
makes for a more diverse conversation that it's not your number one.
It is, it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Matt, you can talk about Obi-Wan versus Vader now.
Okay.
Because that is my number 2 as well.
Yeah.
This is on my somewhere on my list.
That's somewhere down there.
I can't remember where it's towards like 8 or something.
This is the one from the show
Obi-Wan.
Kenobi
versus
this fight blew me away.
It's incredible,
and it still does. I picked this one This unlike the battle on Mustafar, is more about the two of them and the feelings of 10 years being built up. Yes, Obi-Wan had just found out he's still alive, but he still had he's been dealing with the heartache of Anakin for 10 years, and Vader has wanted his revenge for 10 years.
Yeah.
And
everyone wants to kill Kenobi, don't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
One, I think this is Obi-Wan's strongest showing in a battle.
I think I'd probably agree with that.
The moment where he cuts Vader's helmet open and is switching back and forth, and he calls him Darth. It's just it's a lot to take in there. It fixes the certain point of view thing, which I don't necessarily think needed fixing, but it adds context to that. And it's nothing fancy. It's two of them on an empty rock in the middle of the galaxy that no one else knows about.
Yeah.
And
doesn't even have a name.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think that is so cool.
Yeah.
And he leaves in yes, they did do that as well on Rebels, with the Ahsoka fight, but this was how his voice
wavered back and forth.
Very cool.
That was my favorite part of that. Well, one of my favorite parts.
Because it's actually Hayden Christensen in the suit, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And he's in the suit that entire series, even if you can't see his face.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's not like most of the time Vader's shown when it's some random stunt dude.
It's not like Pedro Pascal. In the
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
right.
I was just gonna say that, actually.
Yeah.
It's
also justice for David Prowse.
I don't know if he earns too much.
No, well,
enough.
hindsight.
Yeah.
It's great. I put this in there. There's this guy Patterson. I don't know his first name. But there's a Obi-Wan.
I thought you were talking about that thing you do for a second. Guy Patterson?
Yeah. Is that Skeech Patterson? But it's called the Patterson cut of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
and it's a 2-hour cut.
Basically took it down to make it a movie.
Oh,
out of
no
it.
way, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I'll
cool.
send it to you. It's cool. You can watch it online.
Yeah. I love the series, but I would definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it trims a lot of the Third Sister stuff out.
Yeah.
And like
Streamline. I love the Third Sister stuff.
I do
do
too,
too.
but this definitely it takes it from.
I mean, there's definitely moments when I feel like Obi-Wan either needed to be longer or a movie. Yes,
100%.
So like I totally understand that there's things to cut out or there's things to trim.
Right.
Sure.
And I think it's important to put it in context of when it came out. I mean, they're filming this in 20 and 21.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't know if we'd have movie theaters. I mean, legitimately, it was.
That's true.
It was, you know, and they're trying to push Disney Plus,
Right.
you know, so I get it. But they also do. There's cuts of Andor and cuts of Book of Boba Fett
cool.
as well.
Nice.
I'll send to you guys. But I was really impressed by it because I went back and I watched that and
sorry, just
no, go ahead.
You mentioned the Rebels thing, and I do love that. That's on my. What's that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we all have to still talk
Okay.
about stuff.
The conversation that they have, and it's a similar thing. And at first I was like, oh, this kind of happened already. But it's a different conversation. It's more important because of the way that Obi-Wan feels about Anakin and feels his own guilt about what happened to Anakin.
And he feels helpless, too.
And he feels helpless,
Yeah.
and it's almost like it's worse when he learns that Anakin is still alive.
Yeah.
Because, if I had killed him, if I was able to kill him on Mustafar, then he would not be. He's clearly like suffering, not only himself but also causing all this horrible damage to the galaxy, and that's on me now.
Sure.
So, but like, Anakin does what he can, maybe not purposely, but to absolve Obi-Wan of that in that moment. So like, and it would not hit as hard if you weren't looking at Anakin's or Vader's half of his face in that scene. So yeah, so like regardless of what we may have seen before in an animated version, it hits differently, and it's worth repeating a beat in that moment between those two characters, I think.
In the last words he says to him, well, goodbye, Darth. I mean, it's just so he's accepting what it is, but also he's got his mojo back, and it's a very strong piece of business there.
Agreed.
And also he's now 0 for 2 on getting rid of the problem.
Yeah.
2 for 2 on winning some
Yeah,
fights.
that's the only
0 for
true.
2 on
That's
getting
the
rid of
only
the problem.
thing, and that may be why it's lower for me, is that like I wish there was like another. I wish like the how Starkiller Base is like splitting, therefore Rey and Kylo Ren cannot finish their fight because they're like apart. Like I wish there was something like that instead of like I'm just gonna walk away now.
At the same time, though, it's very much in Obi-Wan's character to still not be able to do that.
Yeah,
like everything that's been built up, like he was tasked with from his master with training this kid, like he's a son and a brother to him, and I could see why he still couldn't do it.
Yeah, I can, and I get it, and I get it, but it also bugs me a little.
He did the same thing on Mustafar too.
Right.
He just left him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's done it once.
Yeah.
And since then, now he knows he's still alive, and he witnesses Vader killing like a kid, snapping his neck with like he sees like, oh, he fights him once and gets his ass handed to him in the third episode or something. So like, to me, it's because not only did he do it before, and now he maybe realizes I should have killed him, and then gets the opportunity to, and still doesn't. It just bugs me a little bit, but I also understand the reasoning as to why.
All right, we had a number ones.
Do we want to do honorable mention first?
No, because
that could be in our number ones. Could be someone's honorable mention.
Good point.
Yeah.
My number one, which I'm still rethinking, but my number one was at the Theed Palace on Naboo. and it was Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul.
Wow, all right.
Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
Not in my top 3.
Not in my top 3.
No.
6.
I'll make it brief here.
No, we can talk.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I think
It's worth talking about.
Yeah,
It's definitely worth talking
Yeah,
about.
It's your number one.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it completely revolutionized lightsaber battles.
Yeah,
You have all this stuff. You have force jumps and flips and sweating and adapting on the fly and a shocking death. Yeah, I still don't understand the laser barriers and why they have to pray to.
I don't know why they're there, but
Yeah.
I like that it's a cool thing that
Yeah.
forces them to stop.
Yeah.
And it adds tension when they
It
get
adds
separate.
tension.
You know,
Yeah.
Obi-Wan is further held back,
Yes.
so he can't be there in time.
Similar to what you were saying about
Qui-Gon
Starkiller
meditating.
Base.
Yes.
It naturally.
An in-world thing that prevents you from continuing the play.
Yeah. You know, it's probably the best scene in that film. Is that battle?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
having
know,
recently rewatched it, I don't think there's a probably.
okay. Yeah. I mean, when
Listen to the new podcast and
sure.
Yeah.
there's
Listen to the new podcast in a few weeks when we talk about the Phantom Menace.
When
I can't
not a few weeks. They're listening to it today.
Not the Phantom Menace episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Good thinking.
Yeah.
when the hangar
Subscribe.
doors
Unless you
open,
posted the wrong one.
when the hangar doors open and you just see this figure and small props to the very brief battle that Maul and Qui-Gon had on
In the desert.
Tatooine.
Yeah.
Because it's quick, but it's a lot of information was received, and that I just think it's very cool. And Duel of the Fates is, you know, I always thought it was cool that a month before Episode 1 came out, MTV is showing a Star Wars music video.
Yeah, sure.
And that's how you got the first pieces of this film. And
Yeah.
it's John Williams turned it up a notch. And it's hard to do when the last Star Wars film you did is Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, when you've already written the score to The Empire Strikes Back,
yeah,
which is just fire from front to back.
I mean,
Yeah.
What's great about not to go off on a tangent, but here we go.
We never do that on the show.
Like the asteroid field. The asteroid field,
yeah,
thing,
incredible.
and that's not even one of the top.
Yeah.
You know,
Imperial March, Han and Leia theme. There's so many great Yoda's themes.
Yoda's
Jesus.
theme.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, this comes from like I said earlier. I come from I did not grow up watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
I was aware of it, 100% aware of it, and knew who the figures were, and I had it spoiled for me long before.
Yeah.
You know, the big secret. But this is the movie that made me really like it, and this is the scene that made me love Star Wars, and specifically love Darth Maul.
Yeah.
I always loved Darth Maul.
Should have had him on our Phantom Menace episode.
Yeah,
Hindsight.
it's super cool. And I think the tension that builds between the laser walls and all that is great. And then I think the use of what again is interesting in this scene is real life actors doing it so fast they had to slow it down. They were moving so fast that the lightsabers didn't look good.
Right.
And they had to slow them down. That's how good they were at this.
Yeah.
So I mean, just the choreography was stunning. The speed of it was so engaging. How could you not fall in love with something like that?
Yeah.
And the double-bladed lightsaber. I mean, come on. How did we not? I mean,
Imagine.
it's
Well,
the
and
coolest.
you may not have. Imagine if you hadn't seen any of the trailers and didn't know that was a thing.
I wish they hadn't put that in the trailer.
Yeah.
I would have erupted out of my seat in the theater
Oh my God.
if that had happened.
I mean, I was pumped enough as it was seeing it, but it was I don't know. There's something about him just standing there, and one ignites,
And then the other.
and then the other, and you're like, oh, just that pause. It's just shit.
It might
so
be the best
cool.
shot in the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's so,
All right.
And I am glad that they kept the longstanding Star Wars tradition of having giant pits with no railings.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what Star Wars is about.
Actually, that's come up multiple times. I mean,
There's lava
I
pits.
talked
Let's
about
do lava
Bespin.
pits.
Talked about Cloud City.
Yeah.
Yep, just fall down that railing. You can fall right in the carbonite thing too.
Ahsoka versus Maul.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They're on that catwalk that there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick sidebar. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Family Guy Star
the
Wars,
Blue Harvest stuff.
but there's a line there where the laser beam is coming out of the Death Star, and it blows up Alderaan, and it cuts back to the two mechanics, and he goes, did you talk to them about the railing, about installing the railing? And he goes, yeah, they said we were leaning too much. It just that made me think of that.
That's funny.
That's funny.
I'm glad you put it as your number one because it's a good one to talk about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Amen.
What do you got for your number one, Mr. Adam?
I believe that my number one is Twilight of the Apprentice, Ahsoka versus Vader, and I don't believe we'll be talking about it yet, but I don't know.
No, we
Don't
won't.
believe
I
it
didn't
will
think
either.
so.
Wow. My number one is Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader on the Death Star 2 at the end of Return of the Jedi. I think it's the again, not like a prequel style crazy choreography, but as far as like character arcs, this closes two of them, and two of my favorite characters, Star Wars, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Again, it's Luke fighting Vader, knowing that he's his father, going into it knowing. Luke, unlike the Empire one, Luke knows the stakes of this and knows his position in this battle going into it. He knows what is at stake. He knows what he has to do. He knows what he's prepared to do. And the whole build up to it is the Emperor trying to get Luke to fall to the dark side, twisting him, which he is almost successful at doing. This battle is Luke Skywalker, my hero, my second favorite Star Wars character ever, Luke Skywalker, literally and figuratively fighting the dark side at the same time. There are multiple points where he's fighting and he realizes he's using hate and anger and he stops fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Then Vader goats him back into it, or the Emperor goats him back into it, and he starts again. He's like, I won't fight you. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to do it. Finally, under the threat of his sister being killed or turned to the dark side, he loses it. And just what they've been asking him to do the whole time, reaches out with his anger and his hate and is just clobbering Vader. I mean, I don't need to. I'm reciting the whole thing, but the music that's playing, the way the camera tracks them as Luke is beating him back to the walkway with the very small railing over it, obviously, and the cutting off of the hand, and then that moment of Luke, I can't to me, it's one of the most important moments in all of Star Wars, where he sees the robot hand and thinks of his own robot hand and says, look what I am doing. What am I becoming? I can't let myself do this. And I'm wrong, and I have to stop. And he throws his goddamn lightsaber away.
Yeah, it's crazy.
My father before me.
I was going to say that line is what gets me more than anything.
That line
anytime.
is perfect.
You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, like my father
before me. I'll never turn to the dark side. That is a line that you can draw from Anakin in Phantom Menace, saying, I'm going to want to come with you and be a Jedi or whatever, to this moment where he has already fallen to the dark side and is being, he moments after that, after Luke is getting electrocuted, comes back to the light and saves his son. That is the closing moment of 2 trilogies. 6 movies worth of story arcs for both of these characters. Well, 6 movies for Vader and 3 movies for Luke, but god damn.
Yeah.
And
that's the moment for me. That's
and
everything
6 movies
for
Palpatine.
I was going to say it sets up the return for Palpatine
you're right.
too.
You're right.
So.
Technically 5.
Couple things on that battle. They literally just have a face-to-face conversation.
Yeah.
Before this, and he ignites his lightsaber, and I see you have a new light. It's just, and he acknowledges that he's his father, and there's a part where Vader says something to the effect of, you don't know that I have to obey my master.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's beautifully done. And then he didn't need or want the saber in the end, and his father saves him.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, I know, man.
It really is.
Yeah,
I know.
It's a very powerful scene and very important.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's always been unquestionably my number one.
If I grew up with it, it would easily be.
Yeah.
Like I'd feel that way about like the way I do about like I have the power of Grey Skulls
Sure.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I just didn't.
And it's the same behavior, I mean, that gets Luke in trouble later with Ben Solo when he's like, we've talked about, he's like reckless, he's impulsive, he makes a snap decision, and immediately, in Return of the Jedi, it takes him longer to realize, oh, this is not what I should be doing right now. In Last Jedi, he realizes it immediately, but it's still too late.
Yeah.
And that's what so many people get wrong about Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Is, well, this isn't Luke. No.
It definitely is.
100%.
It 100% is Luke Skywalker.
It's
100% a correct characterization of him. Yeah.
And him throwing away his lightsaber is the same as him going into exile. It's him.
It's the same as him. I mean, not to say completely no with that. It's the same as him finding a way to win without fighting at the end of The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Him throwing away the lightsaber is him, transporting himself through the Force.
Sure.
To trick Kylo Ren at the end of that movie. That's Luke Skywalker. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was one of my asterisks in honorable mentions, is the Luke versus Kylo.
Yeah, that's my honorable
because it's
mention.
technically two people with lightsabers.
Yep. Yeah.
That's my honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah. Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is gonna sound weird. If we were ranking scenes in Star Wars, that's probably 1 or 2 for me.
Okay. Sure.
Because it was specifically lightsaber battles, that changed that shifted.
See, that's what I was saying at the beginning. Like,
right.
I took into everything going on within me and within the movie when I'm ranking these things.
Oh, 100%.
So, like, to me, like, a scene has a lightsaber battle in it, then I'm ranking the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, I think that's probably in my opinion, the best act in all of Star Wars is that third act of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
They're trying to take the shield down on Endor. They're
the whole smash cut between all of it.
Yeah,
and,
it's just
all 3 things happening. It's great.
It's
great.
Just so great.
My boy Wedge,
flying
into the core.
Yep, taking it home.
Well, speaking of taking it home, Twilight of the Apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
Fire away.
So this is specifically Ahsoka versus Vader, or is it?
This
Ezra,
is Ezra.
and Ahsoka?
Well, I went with Ezra and Ahsoka versus Vader.
Yeah, that's how I categorize it as well.
Yeah,
because
great. I'm not
6 on my list.
What is it? I'm not afraid of you. Then you'll die braver than most.
Yeah.
It's
just
great
line.
line.
That is such a good Vader line.
And they got James Earl Jones to voice it too.
Yeah.
That's just.
All right, guys, hit us.
Go for it, Steve.
I don't know. I just got chills thinking about that. So
it's just for me again, the lighting, the way it's animated, the speed in which now a mature Ahsoka Tano is fighting at, and the power that she has, and this is Vader, absolutely super powerful, like just fighting with rage, knowing exactly who this person is that he's fighting.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't.
Well, she doesn't in the scene, and then has the real.
Then. Yeah, she does.
She doesn't know until he cuts. Until his helmet gets cut.
Yeah.
That's not how I read that at all.
I read it the whole way as like she doesn't know. She doesn't have confirmation.
So what I've always read it as is one of those where she thinks it's a possibility, but there's no confirmation until she sees and hears Matt Lanter's voice.
See, I always read it. I read it as that she doesn't. She feels that it is Anakin, but will not admit it to herself, and she needs that confirmation. But I think she knows that it's Anakin,
Yeah,
she's just
I mean,
kind of hoping that it's not Anakin.
right. I think it
she,
might
like,
be
knows
where
who
we're
it
going
is.
is kind of the same
Okay.
boat of like
when she sees,
Because doesn't he say something even before like they start fighting? He says something. Doesn't he say something to her like about her being his apprentice or something? Like before the mask is cut. I thought they have a dialogue about it.
oh, they have a whole big talk, but
Yeah.
I don't believe it's.
I don't remember what the dialogue
And it
is,
alludes back to it's I am no Jedi
right.
thing.
Yeah.
She has that line during that
Right.
speech
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. But like to start it out with him and Ezra,
Yes.
and Ezra doing his damnedest to get his ass
Hey,
kicked.
similar
but still-
to Finn and Rey and
Yeah.
Kylo Ren. Yeah.
Yep. And it's just like it leads up to this point where Ezra's a goner.
Yeah.
Yes, and
And
he's
then-
a trained
Right.
person with a lightsaber.
Right. You know, he's
He-
beaten
he-
Inquisitors.
He's on his
at
second
a
lightsaber at this
level.
point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're past the staple gun.
Why didn't I think of that?
But they like Ahsoka showing up, showing how much she's matured, where she's at. It's just again, we go back to culminations of arcs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, the apprentice who left the order, who, you know, stepped away from Anakin and from Obi-Wan and that whole thing, trying to kind of come full circle on it and
Yeah.
meeting up with the man who taught her everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Who is now a monster. And it's just, I don't know, it just brought a lot to a close.
It did, and I say maybe I didn't take into consideration as much the emotion of the scene or whatever, but seeing what had just happened to Kanan and how close he
Yeah.
and Ezra are,
Yeah.
and seeing really how close they are, and now how far apart Anakin, Vader, and Ahsoka are in this moment. It's really great, and it's on top of that, it does have some Force use and some
Yeah.
other cool aspects that
Yeah.
I like about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's an incredibly powerful scene. Yeah,
It's
and
also cool. Like I said about something else, like location is like a big deal. Like for me, and it's cool seeing a Sith temple.
Right.
100%.
And then having weird magic stuff happening behind you and a lightsaber battle going on. It's like
Yeah.
really, it's an intense environment for a lightsaber fight, which is cool.
Vader's entrance was fine too.
Standing
Yeah,
on
just
top
standing
of
on-
the TIE
On
fighter.
the TIE Advance, he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna float down on this thing.
Yep.
What the hell?
That's such an Anakin
Oh,
Skywalker
100%.
move. You're just like, you know, it would look really cool if I got on top of
In-
this thing.
Yeah.
In my rewatch of a bunch of animated stuff, I didn't realize how much Ahsoka and Anakin like ride around on top of out on the wing of
Oh, yeah.
just
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
like, sure,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the other, I
Ahsoka's
guess
really good at that.
She's real
Yeah.
good at it.
Oh,
She
very
runs
good.
down ships and gets
Yep.
saved by
Best.
Rex and stuff.
greatest.
It's great.
Yeah.
it makes
She's the
horses in The Rise of Skywalker makes no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Still
No,
doesn't make
that
that
still
make
doesn't
sense.
make any sense. I'm sorry.
But the
Space horses.
right, it works because they're space horses.
Again, a fine idea. But
right, execution
just in
less so.
in a movie that's just flooded with ideas.
Right. The
Many ideas.
the
I-
culmination of that Ahsoka versus Vader 2, like that we see at that point of Ezra trying to come back and help, and her just force shoving him away
Yep.
Yeah.
and saying, "No, this
Nope.
is my fight.
Yeah.
Like, go."
I got this.
You
Get
know.
out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. save
And
Kanan.
as again, similar to Obi-Wan versus Anakin, you know, and the mirror shots of Ahsoka slicing one side,
Yeah.
and in the other show, Obi-Wan
Yeah.
slicing the other.
Yep.
But like her, and they shifted the voice too. Like Lanter did it once the mask was open, and it's just like, holy shit, this is it's coming to a head. Like this is the showdown between the master and the apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just really well done. I like that scene a lot.
So this fight happens after the Obi-Wan on the Barren Moon fight, right? He has already fought Obi-Wan on the Barren Moon when he's fighting Ezra and Ahsoka. It's got to be because Rebels takes place so much closer to
because
New
Obi-Wan
Hope.
Obi-Wan Kenobi was what, like
Only a few years after Sith, right? Or 10 years after?
something
Sith?
like that.
9 or 10.
And
Yeah.
Rebels is 4 years.
Rebels-
Yes.
Way closer
Yeah.
to A New Hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. It's got to be like, God damn.
Right, because it was
the second
before.
We need another mask.
Yeah.
You see how many different helmets he's had?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Man,
How
Emperor's
often
gonna
does it
be
get through
those
pissed.
things, like,
How often does it go through masks? I
Right.
wonder.
There's
yeah.
a budget for that.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it for a CPAPs? Like every couple of
Yeah.
years, like, got to replace it. The
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
goes
yeah.
sideways. It's
Yeah.
it's fine.
I don't think the
Yeah.
Empire has real good health insurance for everybody.
Right.
I think Vader might be able to pull some decent shit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Man, the Emperor's gonna be pissed about
Yeah.
that helmet.
Um,
Come on, my
Dad,
paycheck.
I need a new helmet.
we got a couple honorable mentions.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you? Did we hit yours or you got?
Yeah, two quick ones, and then I don't know if you necessarily call them lightsaber battles, but the hallway scene in Rogue One, the hallway
Sure.
scene,
Yeah. No. That.
Oh
Fight,
my
yeah, Yeah.
and I don't think you can do one hallway scene without the other.
Less of a
Right.
battle and more of a slaughter.
That's
Yeah,
why I
right.
didn't put it. That's why I didn't
Right.
put it.
The hallway scene in Rogue One, the hallway scene in Mandalorian season 2.
Well,
I
Oh.
thought about that too. Yeah.
yeah. Well, the hallway scene in Rogue One into Vader versus the Rebels
Yeah,
at the beginning of A New Hope, and then contrast that with
totally.
Mando. Yeah.
That scene, which from what I understand,
You're talking about Mandalorian now.
no,
Okay.
Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yeah. there.
A lot has
Yep.
a lot has come out recently about Rogue One, and they didn't have a finish, and scripts are being rewritten, and
They brought in Tony Gilroy to finish
Tony
the
Gilroy
movie.
to
Yeah,
finish
yeah,
the movie.
I've heard he's good at Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars is good.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think Gareth Edwards did great. But I mean that, and you can see why Vader is so pissed.
Yeah.
At the beginning of New Hope.
Yeah.
Yes,
And it's just it's brilliantly done.
it is.
And it's also in the last 2 minutes of the film.
Oh yeah.
After all of our main characters are dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like you didn't need this cherry on top, but here it is.
No.
And when it just,
Dude, I remember in
ignites.
theaters that moment you're just like,
Yeah.
what? Like
I-
that's the first time we've seen Vader go ham.
I have seen people online complain about that moment as being like, oh, it's just like fan service and it's unnecessary. I'm like, yes, you're right that it is fan service.
Right.
Sure.
100%.
But also, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
that would happen.
Makes Vader the terrifying presence
And-
that we.
It's the first time that we see him
Yeah.
be that scary and that like ruthless, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
Because
slicing,
like
just chucking people against the ceiling. Like,
yeah,
T-
like he's
taking-
scary. Not that
taking
he's not
all
scary.
the guns and just
Yeah,
just
like,
pulling
right.
Yeah,
them.
it's fine.
And
And not even caring, like not even
Right.
breaking a sweat, just
Yes.
similarly, the Mandalorian,
like wall came up out of nowhere.
like we grew up
Yeah.
with Return of the Jedi. We never saw
Yeah.
Luke at his apex.
Which is why a lot of people cannot get. A lot of people just instinctively hate the sequels because they don't treat Luke Skywalker like
Right.
he's like in his prime.
Right.
Sorry, they didn't make this movie in the '90s. They
Right.
made it in yeah.
But a couple things on that. One, it was shocking that Luke Skywalker showed up.
At all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this story that is not supposed to be not supposed to be, but and not only does he show in there's small hints. You see an X-wing.
The X-wing was all I needed to know. Yeah.
and then you see the green lightsaber, and then
The gloved hand.
I mean, it is just magic.
Yeah.
And the fact that came out during the height of COVID, right before
Dude,
Christmas.
I can remember where, like, I was upstairs in my kitchen getting ready to make pierogi, and like
For
sitting there
for the next day,
yes,
yeah.
you guys all ate them. Enjoy.
Yes.
The like watching it, like that's my childhood on the screen right there.
Yeah.
Like
And it
culmination.
was, and you could say what you want about Mandalorian season 3. I kind of wish, Grogu never went back with Mando, but it is what it is, because that was a fitting ending, I thought.
Yeah.
But it's just so well done, and how they kept that a secret from everyone.
Yeah.
And that was in the works. They had gone to Mark Hamill 2 years before.
Yeah.
It's just so well done. And my other honorable mention was force projection Luke versus Ren on Crate.
Yeah.
I think it
A lot of build up to that.
Yeah.
A lot of build up to that.
Mhm.
Luke won it 100% with his mind, and use of the Force, and really saved the galaxy.
Yeah.
I think it's and again, it's that we saw that apex Luke. You know
Mhm.
that
Well, that's his character though. Like
yeah.
he fucks up, and then
And he
he
figures it out.
figures it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
but
then he fucks up again,
Yeah.
and then he figures it out.
Yeah.
comes
Like,
out
yeah.
comes out
it's a
with
recurring
that
theme
beard.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought it was a very cool scene. I didn't put it, didn't rank it as a lightsaber battle because they don't really battle a
Sure.
lot. You don't hear the lightsabers hitting each other as much.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because they don't hit each
Because
other.
exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's a force projection.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But I mean, the way it looks from a scene like the salt,
Oh,
with the feet, and you're like, oh,
They-
when you watch it with someone who doesn't know what's happening,
Yeah.
I can't wait
oh,
for that.
you
'Cause
guys,
me-
that's
oh
gonna
my
be
God.
so cool.
I can't. There are so many like hints that it's not
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but you're so wrapped by what's happening that
You're
you
sold.
don't even clock that. Like, wait, isn't that the lightsaber that just got broken in half
Yep.
like
yeah.
10 minutes ago?
Mhm.
in this
I love
movie?
it.
Like,
Yep.
you don't even think about it.
I
Yeah.
love
The hair, like the whole everything.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, it's just
Yeah, until you see the salt not moving, you're just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But even
there's
that,
no
you
flex-
don't clock it the first time you're seeing
Right.
it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a
and the
minute,
fact
Yeah.
That the blue lightsaber, yeah, it
Yeah.
and then you get to see Kylo discover it, like kind of when you discover it.
Adam Driver's outstanding in that movie
he
in
is.
general, but he is incredible. in
very
that
good.
last scene.
Yep.
He's incredible in that last scene.
I gotta go
Fire
rewatch that
every
movie again.
gun you have on that man.
Yeah.
It's the greatest.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
again that music cue,
Yeah.
bum 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 bum, which is the Imperial March inverted.
Oh, cool.
But it's just so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, him walking out in that fire. It's just that was my background in my MacBook
Yeah.
for so many years.
Honorable mentions, Adam?
I'll go with one. I got shocker, it's another animated one. How about Savage, Oppress, and Maul
Ooh.
against
versus-
Darth Sidious?
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
hell yeah.
From the second he touches down on Mandalore and like just chokes out the guards.
Yeah.
Walking in, doesn't even like raise a hand, just walks by them as though he's like floating,
Yeah.
really. And there's a force I have, master,
Mhm.
and like he becomes
Yeah.
like a little like
Just right back.
like
Yeah.
just a
reverted.
beaten puppy dog again.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's just, and like, right, they say like Maul's like Sisyphus or whatever, right?
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
just can't win. You're
Can't
not.
win.
He's not
Always
supposed
pushing,
to.
always pushing a rock.
Always
up the hill.
supposed to.
Yep.
And they are so strong, and he just toys with them
Yeah.
Mhm.
so much. I love it because it Maul uses the dark saber in that scene too,
Yep.
which is super
Oh,
cool.
yeah. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, it's great. And
We see Big Papa Palps with his 2 sabers.
yeah, the double sabers
Yeah.
for Sidious, and he's great with them, but he's just chucking guards
Oh,
like
yeah,
all over the
he's-
place.
Yeah.
And then, similarly, you gotta, one of the things you can do is you can hurt someone somebody else loves,
Mhm.
Mhm.
right? And then kills his brother right in front of him and then
Yeah.
just leaves him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
great scene.
Ruthless.
Just
Ruthless.
awesome scene.
Yeah. And it shows you everything you need to know about Darth Sidious.
But it also kind of showed how strong Maul was getting.
Yeah.
He says you become a rival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're not just nothing. I wouldn't have come all the way out here if you weren't nothing.
Right.
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 He actually showed up.
I
And
just
that-
happened to be driving by and, figured
Yeah.
I'd swing in.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a blur of red
Yeah.
in that scene. It's
Yep.
awesome.
Wildly good.
Yep.
Wildly cool. All the other ones on my top 10 list have been mentioned in some form or another, except for one. So this is my honorable mention, and it's actually number 4 on my list. And this is Jedi Master Saul versus the Stranger on Brendok in the series finale of
Yeah.
The Acolyte. And everybody always, everyone rightfully praises the Acolyte for incredible lightsaber choreography. But most people, I feel like, focus on that first big, it's like episode 4 or something, where they first 4 or 5, where like the stranger attacks the whole group of Jedi.
Oh yeah.
And is like slaughtering them. And it's incredible. And there's a great fight. Saul fights the stranger there. And also like Jecki and Yord like get killed by, but there's also like great fighting with them before that, before they get killed. Like you see like Jecki from behind and like you see the blades go like through her back. You're like, oh shit. But in the finale, when it's just Saul versus a stranger, they're back on Brendok at the witch's temple thing. It is so good. And it's another thing where like we've seen them score off before. We know that there's like tension here. We know that like Saul has made a lot of mistakes in his life. The stranger has learned those things. Like neither of them are like 100% good at this point. Like they've both done like terrible things. We've seen the stranger's point of view, and it's lightsabery, but it's also very like martial artsy at the same time. There's one great moment. There's some really cool slow motion stuff. They start on like a bridge, and their lightsabers are like cutting through like sides of the like covered bridge that they're on before they like break off, and they're slow-mo. They're both using the force to like guide themselves down in a way that is so cool. And Saul lands, and then the stranger lands too close, and then Saul like kind of like bounces back in a way. And there's a section where Saul like puts his lightsaber, like turns his lightsaber off, but like runs up the stranger and like kicks him in the chest.
I remember that.
In the air. It's so cool.
So it's like it's like the Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat.
Yes, it's literally like that. The stranger he's got that little dagger saber, which is awesome. He like throws them. Saul like uses the force to like push them away and then push the stranger. There's such cool shit that's happening in that I've never seen before in another lightsaber fight. And the fact that then shortly after that fight is over, we see the first time someone bleeding a crystal for the first time. And then turning it on and the blade turning from blue is the coolest fucking thing. So big shout out to the Acolyte, but my favorite, full of a lot of great lightsaber choreography, but that last fight between Saul and the stranger is my favorite.
I mean, even the opening fight scene.
Yes, I watched a few episodes of The Acolyte. That's really the only thing that I wanted to rewatch, because I needed to compare like that episode 5 scene to like the other, like. And that first one,
Carrie-Anne Moss,
is incredible, really great with the knife throwing and the lightsaber. Oh, that's really well choreographed. That's a hell of an opening scene.
I got to rewatch some of that.
That show
really worth watching.
Really got done dirty.
Yeah, for real done dirty. That finale is a banger from start to finish. It's cool. There's like a ship chase through like a ringed planet where they're like trying not to get destroyed by the ice crystals in the ring. It's so cool
and tragic too.
Yes,
So it's
he gets force choked to death at the end of that. Oh my god, it's tragic. And Darth Plagueis is in that episode. So cool.
Which people beg for Darth Plagueis for 15 years.
The show's giving it to you.
The show gives it to you.
Yeah. Sorry, there's no white men in this show, but if you liked it, you could have gotten a Darth Plagueis thing. Yep. Steve, any honorable mentions?
Too many to mention.
Yeah.
But the two I will toss out there because they were absolutely awesome and people should experience them. Both video game stuff.
Okay, yeah. When you said that we hadn't seen some, I knew you must have been talking about video games.
So, KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
The hard to do without spoiling, but late in the game, there's some very impressive. I believe no matter which way you go with your character, you end up in a very similar situation. Anyone who has played the game totally gets where I'm going with it, but it's just awesome. Not so much from a choreography, but you are playing. You are part of the battle.
Yeah.
And it's just the culmination of the whole story ends right with it, and it's like
nice
towards that end.
Is that on the sand planet inside that temple? Are we thinking about the same thing?
No.
Okay.
So
okay,
we can talk later. No, I know what you're talking, but And then for anyone who didn't see the trailers for the Old Republic, they did when they released Star Wars: The Old Republic, which was a MMO like World of Warcraft style.
Mm-hmm.
They did cinematic trailers for like leading up to it with Satele Shan and Darth Malgus. And there's like 3 couple-minute cinematic trailers that was kind of around that time. You know how we always talk about how we were huge into Star Wars and then kind of fell off a little. That was in that era that really brought me back.
Yeah.
Like whole hog. And there ended up being 6 of them, but like cinematic trailers that are about 2 to 3 minutes a piece. They're all on YouTube, but they're absolutely some of the coolest lightsaber choreography you will see.
Yeah.
You know, don't necessarily like they didn't make my top 10 because they don't necessarily mean a whole ton. But yeah, just really, really cool to watch.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
I was trying to think if there's any other like moments to mention.
I think it was cool in Attack of the Clones, the battle of Geonosis.
That isn't. Oh, the battle itself of Geonosis.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You know the Anakin and Obi-Wan and Yoda versus Tyrannus.
Yeah. Dooku. That's an underrated lightsaber fight. I think.
Yeah.
And like not necessarily not even because it gets over because you immediately forget about the Obi-Wan and Anakin once the Yoda thing happens.
Yeah.
But before the Yoda thing happens, that's a pretty cool lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
The one where Anakin loses his arm.
Loses his
Yep.
arm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's cool. He cuts the power and it goes dark and stuff. Yeah, it's very cool.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Star Wars Visions.
Oh,
The
sure.
Duel. The episode with the Ronin.
Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah,
a cool
yeah,
episode
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of Visions that I was not a huge fan of.
Sure.
That was just everything that like when Lucas talks about how Star Wars was, you know, a samurai western effectively.
Yeah.
Like that put the samurai in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure did.
And it just felt awesome.
Yeah. Say what you want about The Rise of Skywalker and say what you want about how they executed this. An idea to have 2 people fighting on the remains of the Death Star is a cool idea. The fact that it's in water and there's waves
cool water,
crashing.
yeah.
Incredibly cool. Say what you want about them being a dyad in the Force, whatever that means. The fact that they are so evenly matched that they're exhausted.
Yeah.
And there's no swing that isn't going to be deflected, and there's no like they're just not gonna hit each other. It's just not gonna happen. But there's also cool shit in that. Well, like the visual of like Kylo Ren like them jumping over the waves, but also Kylo Ren like walking out of that one as it's like still crashing.
The wave,
looks cool as hell.
It is cool.
And they do the thing where they like stop the blade with the Force.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you can see like the blade, like the light of the whatever plasma, I guess, of the blade is kind of like being like pulled away as they're like doing it. But they both do it to each other because they both can do it, and they're they're like locked in this whatever eternal battle. But like visually, that's a very cool. And like I've seen people flag that one or like rag on it a little because it's not super fast choreography, and they're like, the prequels did this, why aren't the sequels doing it this way? And like I get that, but also, like, I think the point of that battle is that they are so evenly matched and exhausted by fighting that they're not doing crazy flips and shit because they just can't. There's nothing that they can do for each other.
And the other thing that's interesting is when the sequels came out, they made it a huge point. At least JJ did in episode 7 that we're going to use practical effects.
Yeah.
And we're going to be more, not putting anything down about the prequel lightsaber duels, but it was a different. Each of the trilogies have different fighting styles.
Yeah, they feel different.
Yeah,
which I like a lot.
Yeah.
You have the other 2 Anakin versus Ahsoka fights. When she's possessed in the Mortis arc.
Okay, forgot about that.
Which was just, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But and then in Ahsoka, in the World Between Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, they do fight each other on the bridge there. Yeah, that's cool. Also, I mean, it's only one person with a lightsaber, but that last episode of Clone Wars where Ahsoka's fighting all those clones in that one room, and then you see the backstory on the Tales of the Jedi episode where Anakin trained her for that exact situation.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Very cool. Very cool. And that's again, it's another thing where she's like just moving. She's animated, obviously, but like moving impossibly fast.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like using Jedi speed. Clearly, yeah, it's great.
Those tails.
Another
so good.
interesting one because it's the only time too. I'll use the term babyface. Good guy.
Oh, I just thought of a great one. But sorry, go ahead.
Is Anakin as Anakin versus Obi-Wan in the Kenobi series.
The flashback up.
The flashback. Yeah,
yeah, that's cool.
Oh, the training episode.
The training.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's one that sticks out. It's just so, like, it could have been so cool, and it's just so glaringly bad to me. But that's not what we're here to do. But I'm going to say it anyway.
Say it.
It's Palpatine, like, just slaughtering through like 5 Jedi before he kills Mace Windu.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That could have
that
been
are supposed to be like Agent Kolar, Stacey Tin,
Yeah.
Kit Fisto.
Motherfucking Fisto.
And they're
Yeah.
supposed to be the
Yeah.
best swordsmen the Jedi have
Yeah.
to
It takes
offer.
2
It-
seconds.
That could have and should have been more like fighting against the whatever you call them, the
should've-
Red Guards.
That should have been
Yeah.
at least half as long as the battle at the end of that movie.
Yes.
Between
Yeah.
Anakin and
Yeah.
that
And
would've been
it
great.
could, I mean, the outcome could have been the same. Fine.
Sure. Yeah.
But-
give us a little bit more.
Oh, that could have been
Yeah.
so cool. And like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know. Have
He
it
got
go
done
fast.
dirty.
Yeah.
He did. He has particularly his own fighting style that like leans on using the
Right.
dark side, but
Yeah.
whatever. Didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
Another interesting one is Obi-Wan versus General Grievous.
Sure.
I really like that one.
That was, yeah.
You know, it's a different. You know, it's different.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan again, always in these precarious positions. You know, falling off the side of the cliff platform there.
Because there's no railing.
And
Yep,
then
there
just,
never is.
just takes a blaster and kills him.
Yeah.
and so uncivilized.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, but
Yeah.
the spinning ones and like having to figure out how to block for like
I know.
Yeah.
super cool
Should be
looking effect.
impossible.
Yeah.
Kind of a deep cut because it's not necessarily canon anymore, but Anakin Skywalker versus Asajj Ventress in the
thought about
Kenny
that.
Tartakovsky Clone
Oh my
Wars
god.
series.
Sure.
You
So
guys
good.
seen that 2D animated Clone Wars?
I've not.
Series?
Yeah.
Oh boy, it is
Go-
real worth
Yeah.
I've
watching.
heard all about it because
Real
that's how he
worth
gets the
watching.
scar,
It-
right?
Do they show him getting the scar, or does
I
he
can't
already have
remember.
it? I don't remember.
That is how he got the scar. I was pretty sure Ventress gave it to
I guess
him.
I don't remember it's that specifically because it's been a while
Yeah,
since
I
I've
can't
seen
remember.
it, but I remember being a baller fight, and it's
Well,
cool.
maybe it
and,
wasn't.
and each of those are short as hell, so like it's a
Okay.
real
They're all on Disney
quick
Plus,
rewatch,
and
they're all
you can, you can. They're like both seasons. Like each episode was like 3 minutes or something. So like,
Okay.
each season is like an hour,
Okay.
and you can get through 2 seasons. And like it's not canon anymore, but like
There's
besi-
still
I mean,
a lot of things that get pulled from it though.
for sure. And like
Yeah.
besides like I think maybe a couple people die and like Ahsoka's not in it, but other than that, it doesn't really mess with canon too much. It's
Right.
just more kind of Clone Wars, but in a way that's like unlike the. I mean, I love the Clone Wars series that went on for 7 seasons, but this is just like super fast, very little dialogue, very action focused. Like
No droid episodes.
no
No
droid,
droid.
no frog
They
man,
move-
no beaver
droid
Gascon,
episodes.
you're good to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
They
yeah.
move very quickly. It's very animated move.
Yeah,
like they're on a
everything's
conveyor belt.
super
Yeah.
fast. Yeah, and it's like it's action over
Cool.
but also like good storytelling, but
Yeah.
like visual storytelling. There's very little dialogue.
It's fun.
And there's this episode where Anakin fights Asajj Ventress, and it like rains, and they make a point to like show steam coming off the lightsabers.
Yeah.
How
'cause
cool
the
is
rain
that?
hits
Yeah.
it. It's
Yep.
cool as hell. It's cool as hell. Yeah,
Yeah, I love Asajj Ventress.
yeah, yeah. She's a
She
great
had some-
character.
yeah.
Uh, any other honorable
Okay.
mentions? Any other
When,
lightsaber
sit
things we
here
should be
and-
talking
and
about? We could do
Obi-Wan
all
and
night.
Asajj versus Dooku.
Yep. That's
Oh
a good
yeah,
one.
that's a great one.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always thought this was kind of cool. Dooku / Tyrannus versus Yaddle in
Yeah.
in,
Oh, yeah.
In Tales of
Tales.
the Jedi.
in Tales of the Jedi. Was it Tales of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's still a Jedi during that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dooku was, yeah.
It's weird because there's 3 episodes on Dooku Tyrannus, but it's yeah.
It's when he's still a part of the Order.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very cool. I forgot about that. I should
Yeah,
rewatch that one.
like the thing crushes her, and she powers up, and it's
Yeah, yeah,
just cool.
Crazy.
Very cool.
Yeah, we could probably literally just sit here and talk all night about
I mean,
that.
you
Oh,
got
yeah,
a
this
list
one's
of like
cool. This one's
48.
cool.
Let's go through each one and talk and give our thoughts. Let's be here for 5 hours.
We hit a good chunk of them.
I bet we did. But
Sabine versus Gar Saxon.
Sure, yeah.
Hell,
Yeah,
Sabine and
with the
Shin
Darksaber.
and Bail and Ahsoka that was happening at the same
Oh,
time
yeah, yeah.
there during Ahsoka.
Yeah, absolutely. Sabine and Ezra and Ahsoka versus zombie
yep.
troopers. Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
A lot
Lots
of
of
moments.
cool ones.
You know
And-
what? Weirdly, we didn't mention today.
What?
One of my favorite Jedi, Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah.
I thought about that, and I feel like there's not a ton of like he uses his lightsaber a lot, but I don't know that there wasn't a duel, or that really like there wasn't like a moment that stuck
No.
out for me. There's the moments that I love about Kanan, and Kanan is in my
Character moments,
top
more
5
than, yeah.
favorite Star Wars characters. Are character moments,
Yeah.
or him doubting himself the way he's training Ezra, or something like that. Like the moments I think of Kanan are maybe force related,
Yes.
or character related, but
Mhm.
not necessarily like lightsaber related or
Yeah.
Jedi skill related.
He does have a very cool little battle with Maul
Yeah,
When he
in
gets-
that same episode when he gets blinded. Yeah, it's
blinded,
great.
and then
Yeah.
you know, it's similarly they show the feet and kind of you
Yep.
know trying to be silent thing. But again, you know, he uses the his force powers and pushes him off the ledge.
Right.
There wouldn't have been a railing there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Real quickly, because I make up things here. You could pick one or two. What's your favorite lightsaber?
Ooh, this could be a whole episode.
You
next
guys
year.
favorite lightsaber?
Yeah,
One or two.
one or two. I'll tell you mine.
You go with yours.
I gotta go Obi-Wan Kenobi's.
Okay.
Which one?
Which one?
The latter one, that Luke
Models.
his green,
Mhm.
and Darth Maul's. I just think,
Yeah.
I mean that thing is so big and
Yeah.
double bladed, and yeah.
Maul's double blades are sweet. I think. All right, I'll pick two. Kanan Jarrus's lightsaber is super cool. I love that
Yeah.
it comes apart. I
Yep.
like
I love
the
2 pieces.
flared
Yeah.
emitter. The part that it's I don't know. It's just cool. The handle's like got some green on it, which is like
Yeah.
kind of a very unique color.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I would say at this point, since you already said Maul's, I like Ahsoka's second set of sabers,
Yeah.
the
very
white
cool.
bladed sabers. Very
With
cool.
the slight curve to them, and
Yeah, I mean, it definitely draws from samurai.
which I'm still pissed that they don't consider the Ahsoka book canon, because the whole thing was she cleansed. They're white because she
Correct.
cleansed the blood sabers.
Oh.
Is that
Yeah.
not considered canon?
Not anymore, I don't think.
No.
What do you got?
Dooku has a cool
Well,
one too. That
the curved
Yep.
handle.
That's
Yeah.
a very cool one. A dueling saber, they
Yeah.
call it. Yeah.
Well, I guess because you mentioned Kanan's, I'll let that stand, and I'm just gonna go, in line with my saber battles. I'll go Skywalker saber, the Anakin / Luke / Rey's
Mm-hmm.
saber, and I'll go with Luke's green one from Return of the Jedi, because I do love the look of that, and I wish that you could buy the Galaxy's Edge one and still have the blade in it without
Sure.
replacing the head, because it doesn't look the same if you replace the head.
Yeah.
Can't do
It's
that.
one of my favorite things, and I know I did it with you, and I'm sure we've all done. Is just go into
Doc, what is it?
Doc
Doc Ondars.
Doc Ondars, yeah.
and just play around with those.
I-
100%.
I was very close to buying the Kanan saber,
Okay.
but it's one of those things that you got to replace. It's got to look different if you know how to
Sure.
put actual blade in it. I
Yeah.
was like, nope, that's
Well,
not worth $300.
That was
Whatever.
last time I was there. The Ezra one was on sale.
Yeah.
Like the Ezra's second, not the staple gun, but
Yeah.
the one that's modeled after Kanan's.
Right.
And similarly, I was like, I don't know.
I know.
I don't.
That's why I don't.
If it was the staple gun, I would have bought it like that.
That's why I bought the one that I have is the Skywalker saber.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy the Return of the Jedi Luke saber, but you 3D printed a great one for me.
I
so
did,
don't
yeah.
have it.
It is-
Yeah.
I have it mounted.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
And which is why I have a Kanan one, because I printed it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Next time I got to put a magnet on it so you can pop them
Ooh,
on.
there you go.
Yeah.
also,
I got a bunch of magnets over there.
I've been thinking about it.
honorable mention: Rey's saber at the end of Rise of Skywalker is cool. That's like part of her staff,
Yeah.
and it's got a switch thing. It's
Yeah.
like you roll it.
Yeah.
Very cool, and I hope we get to see that again
Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
future.
I hope so,
That's a
too.
cool looking
Yeah.
one.
Steve, favorite sabers?
I
It's
think
still
I can
tough.
guess Steve's. Because I know you wanted to buy it at one point. Plo Koon's.
Plo Koon's is a killer design.
Yeah.
And you said the Skywalker saber is just it's iconic.
It's the first one I ever saw.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
can that-
It's like
how can that
this
not
is
be?
a
Yeah.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
This is what a lightsaber
That's what it looks
is.
like. Yep.
Here you go.
It is the first lightsaber. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he's looking at it, like pointing in his eye. And
Yeah.
stuff. He's never seen one either. I would have.
Deep cut, Stellan Geos.
I was gonna say I would have guessed like an old,
Ooh,
like
excuse me.
So yeah, High Republic.
High Republic,
like-
they released it at Galaxy's Edge, but it's a light-sided cross hilt.
Mhm.
So yeah, blue saber, like very ornate, like that old Republic style that you saw in like the Acolyte and that with the really ornate hilts. But it was the crossguard saber
Yeah.
that was
Kylo
cool as
Ren
hell.
was really cool too. Kylo Ren
Yeah.
with the exposed wires and
Yeah.
shit. Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
There's
Just
a
that
great
raw.
book. I might have given it to you, a couple of you. It's a lightsaber.
You gave it
book.
to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got it too. It's
Oh,
incredible.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it like you can really get in.
Yeah. It's
It-
really incredibly
yeah.
nerdy thing
Yeah.
to own. Yeah.
I use it as reference when I'm making the
Sure.
lightsabers.
That's
Yeah, when
awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
printing them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Crazy. Now I need to buy that book.
Yeah,
it's
do it.
it's like $12. It's
Even better.
definitely
Sure.
worth it.
Worth it. Well, all right, folks. I think we did it.
We
I
did
think
it.
we counted
Yeah.
down.
I mean, it was like 40 when I got
Yeah,
it for you
no,
guys.
Yeah. I'm sure it was. All right. Yeah. So
Hey,
yeah.
and we
Happy
kept
May
it under
4th.
2 hours.
Under 2 hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we should
Hooray.
talk a little bit more. Then.
Nope.
For a May 4th
Um,
episode, that's like a record.
Yeah. Happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with all of you. Thank you for listening to us babble about lightsabers for so long. Please go, now that you've done listening to us talk, go and
Listen to us talk more.
go listen to us talk with two different people about Star Wars. Please go listen to and subscribe to Haven't Seen Star Wars wherever you get your podcasts. Again, it's been a huge source of joy in my life for the last few weeks of recording it. So please check it out. Very excited that it's now available for everybody to listen to.
And you know what? For anyone who's listening to it, try and do it like Mike and I did it, where prior to listening to the episode,
if you're gonna watch along,
we watched the movie as trying to think as if we were watching it for the first
We had
time, like
never
they
seen it
are.
before. Like
You know,
we're
what are-
watching it thinking,
yeah,
what
what's
are
going
Alex
through
and
their
Amber
head?
thinking about A New Hope, where they just watched a blue trash can get electrocuted by a weird alien in a hood, and now they're just is this what the movie is?
Right.
Like, it's a crazy way to look at A New Hope specifically. It's
Oh, yeah.
insane if you've never seen it before and you're
Yeah.
thinking about it like that. It's a wild movie to think of like that.
What's your first 25 minutes of your movie?
Yeah.
Random shit.
Yeah, let's not meet the main character for 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great idea. Yeah.
I always loved in A New Hope when the guys like, hold your fire. There's no life forms aboard. What are we, saving money here?
Right.
You know, like,
We're saving that light blast.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank
On
you so
that
much.
note.
On that note, go listen to Haven't Seen Star Wars. And until next time, as the two suns set over the burnt corpses of Owen and Beru Lars, we say thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the multiverse.